Hey guys, welcome back. I did the really short video about the Gurkhas last week and asked you guys for some better videos with some more detail or other information. And this is one of the ones that you guys sent me. It is how Gurkha recruits are showing up the rest of the British Army. And this is from BFBS Forces News. I will link this video in the description along with a link over to Patreon and how you can support the channel here on YouTube. But yeah, let's just go ahead and jump right into it and learn a little bit more about these guys, or I will.
Here come the Gurkhas, 274 recruits to be precise. They're marching onto the drill square at Infantry Training Centre Catterick, marking the end of their long journey into one of the world's most admired fighting forces. It's their passing out parade, and the men are bursting with pride. This year, 100% of the recruits who arrived from Nepal in February have made it to the end of the course. It's an exceptional achievement, and one that stands Gurkha recruits out from those joining the army from non-Gurkha backgrounds. The government recently published dropout rates for non-Gurkha recruits across the Army's training establishments. At ITC Catterick and the Army Foundation College in Harrogate, almost a third failed to make it to the end of Phase 2 training. At Pirbright and Winchester, the rate falls to around 25%, but across the board, the average dropout rate for non-Gurkha recruits over the 5 years has been 28.5%. So what makes Gurkha training different?
This is more about down to the individual, which is a trainees. Obviously, they are self-motivated. They are the persons who are desperately looking for this job. So when they are motivated themselves, obviously it is easy for training staff to motivate them. And also the training team always look after them very well. And they treat them as part of the family.
Every month we have module report. So at that time we try to give them feedback on how they do in terms of training, in terms of their...
I have a question, if you guys know. I was just looking at his uniform here. Very handsome. Is that the typical uniform for like the British Army, or do they have like their own uniform for the Gurkhas?
Fitness that wise. So once they hear about that, we make them to improve in that field. So that will help them to improve.
Stand by, cut!
BFBS Forces News spent time with the recruits during their first and final exercises over the course of 9 months. At the very start, they learned the basics of fieldcraft, leopard crawling and camouflage and concealment. At the end of training, we saw them again, this time conducting a dawn attack in the hills of Sennybridge. It was carried out by the recruits with real professionalism, underlining just how much they'd learned during their time in training. Back on parade, Major General Gerald Strickland, Colonel Commandant of the Brigade of Gurkhas, inspects his new soldiers, chatting with them in their native tongue.
Good. And do you want to boil chutti janu? No? Nepal ma janna? Kina?
On the eve of this, their big day, some of the recruits reflected on their time in training and what this passing out parade means to them.
It feels like a dream, you know. I've been dreaming of reaching this stage since I've been recruited, and it feels unreal to finally become a proud Gurkha, and I feel very happy as well as excited for my future too.
Well, staff, I'm feeling on cloud 9 right now. I'm on cloud 9 and it's the proudest day of my life, and I'm the happiest man in the in the spot right now. Well, I've achieved a lot of things within the 9 months of duration. Looking myself back when I was in Nepal and just got here on the February, it feels different. I feel like I've developed myself significantly. I'm more mature, responsible, and looking forward for my career in the GSPS.
It feels like just a dream I saw yesterday while I was in Nepal, hoping that one day I'll also get selected in British Army. and I'll join the regiment that fits me, that I want to. So it just feels like a dream come true for me. Yeah.
By the center! Quick! March! The showcase moment of the parade arrives. The now qualified Gurkhas advance in review order. It marks the moment they stop being recruits. As they march past one last time, leaving Catterick's drill square and the confines of infantry training, there's a real sense of achievement in the air. It's job done. Now time to celebrate.
Yeah, I will miss my number obviously, sir, because we have at HAS, we have spent a lot of time with 45 numberies in my platoon, and I will obviously miss my numberies, sir.
I'm quite honored and proud to be here now, and I'm quite excited for the upcoming future.
Have you got loved ones here?
No, so they are in Nepal and they wanted to come here but they couldn't. And I'm seeing my numbers, they are celebrating with their families, and I'm quite happy for them, and I'm happy as well.
Friends for life, united by an experience few will fully understand. And who knows where their careers in the army will take them. They leave this place as soldiers, but more than that, they leave as Gurkhas. James Wharton, BFBS Forces News, ITC Catterick.
That was good. Teared up a little bit there at the end. Why do you think that there are so many Gurkhas that actually completed as opposed to like just the British citizens? I kind of wonder if, I mean, obviously they're proud people and committed. You don't finish without being committed to it and wanting it. But if I don't know a ton about Nepal, I don't know much about them at all, or the country. But would this maybe be like a really secure, well-paying job to have? And obviously it comes with, I think, a certain amount of stature and, obviously they could be really proud of what they've done and accomplished. But also like for their families, like you had the one guy there at the end who, his family was still back in Nepal, and I don't know the reason that they weren't there, if they just couldn't make it, if it was financial. But wouldn't this like really provide a lot of like job security and maybe money they wouldn't be making back home? Like I said, I'm sure that's not the only reason. You don't finish, really, really difficult training like that if you don't want it, if you don't need it. I don't know. That's just kind of one of my thoughts looking at. But like I said, I don't know. I don't know a ton about the country itself. But you can't really watch that without like feeling how proud they are. And I think it's awesome that the I don't know what I forgot what it said he was, but the guy that was there to see them finish, I'm gonna call him like a commander or something, but that he was speaking in their language. I think that shows just a lot of appreciation and what's a good word for it? Just a lot of respect to them and their culture that he, has learned the language and speaking it to them. That's something here that I think is really despicable about this country in general, of the people that they, especially with this administration, that have gone out and volunteered to fight for their country, and they make a mockery of them. They are treating women really badly that have signed up. They're treating people that are gay or trans. Just kicking them out after it doesn't matter what they've accomplished or done or how long they've been doing it. They've done it to Black people. They're doing it to people of Mexican and Spanish descent. They were fine and great with them when they could send them over to fight and potentially die. But when they come back, there's just no gratitude or allegiance. And I just think it's really despicable. So I just think the respect that they've shown these Gurkhas, at least, from here, what I've seen in the military, it's something to be admired. It's what you should do, right? You've got these people that aren't even part of your country that are signing up to help you and fight with you and, be alongside you literally in a life or death situation. That's the least you can do is show them respect and appreciate them. So I really liked watching that. And there's another one that you guys sent me that I'm going to watch here soon as well. But I think that's great. And I wouldn't mind watching some more about them in battle, but I really enjoyed that video. It was a great suggestion. Yeah, I appreciate you guys watching with me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, hype, all that jazz. And have a wonderful, wonderful day, guys.